attracted me to your grandpa was his blonde hair. Now that's a good reason to date a guy.
My dad almost bought a horse based on his name.
Your mom and dad said I could come down and we would spend the weekend together in Chicago, and we really had a great weekend. That was really fun. Your mom let us have their room so that we could talk. And then when we were through, your mom and I slept together, and you slept in one room. So that's how we did it in those days.
During World War II, Grandpa was stationed in San Diego and spent time on the Navy carrier USS Oahu. The whole family was very proud of his career. In 1946, he was discharged and he was at Allegheny College in Meadville, Pennsylvania.
Think Marty here's it been? Well, Greg, to the base commander's office, found out that known Hitler and Mussolini and the Japanese were going to attack Long Beach, California. In fact, they were going to come right through that point. You see that inlet there? Yep. Right off where that ship is. They were going to come in here in force, and they were going to attack California, and little by little work their way east to take over the whole United States. And there's only one thing that, and Hitler and Mussolini stocked a lot of gear in the Pacific Islands, and they were ready to make their move long about 1945. They're going to make their move. It was kind of a last-ditch attempt on their part. There's only one thing that kept them from attacking Long Beach, California, and that's when they learned that Lyle Peterson of Jamestown, New York was stationed here. And in fact, Lyle worked right here, right at the San Pedro Naval Base, and he would look out here many a night. German espionage agents would come out here and check to see whether this particular stretch could be taken. Now this looked a lot different then. It wasn't as rocky as it is now, kind of sandier beach. And Lyle Peterson would come out here and stand by the hour, looking out the Pacific. And those espionage agents, seeing Lyle here, knew that America was awake. And in fact, several attempts were made on Lyle Peterson's life to try to knock him off. So that they could attack. He met German agents who tried to get him to drink himself to death. But he, being a good patriot, good citizen, kind of recognized, and not much of a drinker, that didn't work. One time they smeared the grass here with some poison. It would come in through Lyle's shoes and thereby knock him off. But that didn't work either, because Lyle always wore 2 pairs of socks. So, in any event, this is it. You can see some of the War II relics here. It's quite a beautiful sight. And thank God for Lyle Peterson and people like him who kept America free and strong during those dark days of World War II. It brings a tear to your eye. Brings a tear to my eye just thinking of it. And all this is, think of Lyle's grandchildren. We want to point out this has all been confirmed at the base commander's office. And there's only one reason Lyle hasn't heard about all this, is it turns out there's so many Petersons in the United States. They've been searching for Lyle for years. Since the end of World War, they want to award him all sorts of medals. The British or the French, everybody want to give him medals, but there's so many damn Petersons in the United States, they couldn't find them. And in fact, they thought first name like Lyle, he must have been a woman. So Lyle, we got everything strapped, and we're bringing the medals home.